Toprak Razgatlioglu is officially making the jump to MotoGP after years of rumours, 2 World SBK titles and countless jaw-dropping saves that defied the laws of physics. The Turkish sensation is set to join the MotoGP grid in 2026 with the newly rebranded Toprak Yamaha team. But there's more to this move than just headlines. It's a story of transition, uncertainty and unwavering belief, both from within the paddock and those watching from the outside. At 28, Toprak has already cemented his place in World SBK history. His fearless, late-braking and almost acrobatic control on the bike have made him one of the most exciting and unconventional riders outside of MotoGP. Still, making the switch from production-based superbikes to MotoGP prototypes has always seemed like a long shot. The gap isn't just about performance, it's a whole different world. MotoGP bikes are built from the ground up with custom frames, cutting-edge electronics, active aero systems, ride height devices, and Michelin tyres. It's a steep learning curve, and history hasn't always been kind to World Spox World champions who've tried to cross over. But for Toprak, the timing couldn't be better. The 2026 season will be the last under the current MotoGP rules, before major changes hit in 2027. That year will bring 850cc engines, scaled-back aerodynamics, a ban on lower wings, and, perhaps most significantly, Pirelli stepping in as the official tyre supplier. That's a type of rubber Toprak already knows like the back of his hand. All of these changes could level the playing field, just enough for Toprak's transition to click and for him to make a serious mark. Davide Brivio, the team principal of Aprilia's Trackhouse outfit, summed it up well. It'll be interesting to see how he stacks up against the current field. Sure, MotoGP is more complex, but a rider with that much talent shouldn't struggle too much to adapt. Plus, he's got a great personality, and from a sporting angle, this is definitely a positive move. Toprak Yamaha's choice to bring in Toprak isn't just about generating buzz. It's a bold move, packed with risk and potential reward. The team, now in a full-on rebuild after switching from Ducati to Yamaha, is aiming for a fresh start. Their current lineup, Jack Miller and Miguel Oliveira, is in a bit of flux. Miller's nearing the end of his deal and is still trailing behind Fabio Quartararo in Yamaha's pecking order. Oliveira, still working his way back from earlier injuries, has a contract in place but hasn't shown consistent results. Gino Borsoi, Toprak's team manager, has been cautious but straightforward.
We have different agreements with both riders,
he said.
I won't go into details, but we are open to talking. If Jack and Miguel can show speed, we'd be happy to keep working together.
Still, reading between the lines, it's clear Toprak is looking ahead. They're banking on star quality and long-term potential, and Toprak brings both. On top of that, he introduces a fresh wave of fans from his home country, adding another layer to this high-stakes bet. When the news broke at Aragon, the MotoGP paddock was instantly buzzing. Team bosses and long-time insiders were quick to weigh in on what Toprak's move could mean. Hervé Poncharal, Tech3 KTM's team principal and president of ARTA, pointed to the timing and the stakes involved. Toprak is coming in at the right moment. He'll have the whole 2026 season to get used to MotoGP, and then the switch to 850cc engines comes. With Pirelli tyres he's already familiar with. I know him and his manager well, and I can tell you they're 200% locked in. This is his last big challenge, and he knows he has to get it right. Poncharal's comments reflect the pressure Toprak faces. At 28, he's not seen as a work in progress, he's expected to deliver. But Poncharal also reminded everyone that others have made the leap successfully, like Colin Edwards, Ben Spies and Cal Crutchlow, former World SBK stars who managed to carve out solid MotoGP careers. Ducati's team manager Davide Tardozzi added his voice as well. Toprak's a special rider, exciting to watch, and I think he'll do well. He and Bulega are the top guys in World SBK. That kind of praise, especially from a powerhouse like Ducati, says a lot. It shows that Toprak's reputation is built on more than just flash, And with Nicolo Bulega being touted as the next rider to make the jump, we might be seeing a broader path open for talent outside the traditional Moto2 route. Before he fully steps into the MotoGP spotlight though, Toprak has unfinished business in World SBK. He's locked in a tight title battle with current points leader Nicolo Bulega, trailing by just 31 points as they head into Misano. It's a track where Toprak absolutely dominated in 2024, pulling off a hat-trick of wins, and he's gunning to do it again, even on Ducati's home turf. My goal's simple: win all 3 races like last year, but this time it's tougher. Ducati's really strong here, especially Bulega. I'm ready to go all in. Even with one eye on what's next, Toprak's laser focused on finishing strong with BMW. He's chasing a 3rd world title and wants to leave a team on the highest note possible. This is my dream. I'm going to fight till the end. I want to give this title to BMW in my final season with them. It's not just about trophies, it's personal. Toprak recently shared some personal thoughts, saying he's thrilled to finally achieve his dream, but also feeling a bit emotional about leaving behind the World SBK paddock, which he described as feeling like a family. I'm happy to make my dream come true, but at the same time, I'm a little sad. I'm going to miss World SBK, he said. Then came the headline-making reaction from none other than Jorge Lorenzo, the 3-time MotoGP world champ. Someone who knows Yamaha inside and out, responded with excitement, but also a bit of a curveball. Wow, amazing news for MotoGP fans. We all enjoy hearing things like this, he said, even though I feel like his style might actually suit Ducati or even Honda better. I'm confident that with time and patience, Toprak will succeed in MotoGP. His talent and braking ability are next level. Congrats to Toprak, Pramac and Yamaha for sealing the deal. Lorenzo's comments sparked a bigger question. Did Yamaha sign their ideal rider, or did they bring the right guy into the wrong setup? Toprak's aggressive riding, shaped on the BMW M10000RR with heavy braking and wild corner entries, seems like a more natural fit for Ducati's V4 engine or Honda's front-loaded bikes. And he's not the only one who sees it that way. Analysts and insiders have often wondered whether Yamaha's smoother, more flowing M1 suits Toprak's raw instincts. But maybe that's the challenge that separates great riders from the rest: learning, adapting, and evolving. Toprak's move is also part of a bigger trend in MotoGP. For years, the grid's been filled with riders coming up through Moto2 and Moto3. Now, with talents like Toprak and possibly Bulega breaking through, we're seeing a shift in how new riders are being scouted. Dorna's efforts to build stronger ties between World SBK and MotoGP are finally starting to bear fruit, creating more consistent storylines across both series. At the same time, Yamaha is in the middle of a full-on rebuild. With Fabio Quartararo staying long-term and Toprak joining the team, they'll have 2 of the most talked-about names in the sport. And looking ahead to 2027, the upcoming rule changes could be just what Yamaha needs. With a reset on engine capacity and aerodynamics, it might level the playing field, especially for a team that's been working hard to close the gap on Ducati's aero dominance and KTM's creative edge. Toprak's experience with Pirelli tyres could turn into a serious advantage once Michelin steps aside. For a newcomer, already having that kind of tyre knowledge is rare, and it could save him months of getting up to speed. Everything's lined up for 2026 when Toprak Razgatlioglu takes the biggest gamble of his racing career. The pressure will be sky high and every move will be under intense scrutiny, but the reward could be massive. As Hervé Poncharal put it, this is the final step in his career and he can't afford to get it wrong. MotoGP isn't just about being fast, it's about thinking smart, adjusting quickly and staying strong through challenges. Toprak's already proven he's got that in World SBK. Now, the question is whether he can bring that same fire to the toughest motorcycle championship in the world. No one can say for sure how this will play out, but one thing's for certain, MotoGP just got a lot more exciting.